Hey friends, welcome back. Today I'm going back into the classroom for the first time since March, and I'm going to take you all along. I'm also going to show how I have set up for the semester. And yeah, I have to go because I'm late. I was going to show you all my outfit really quickly. I love these shoes. I literally wear them way too much. And then here. And then I'm just wearing this like gray shirt. I've had it for a long time, but it's got these cute little like pearls on it, and I have a red necklace to match my nails, and then my headband I got at Target, it has pearls, so it just kind of all goes together. And I'm going to carry a red purse. That's one thing I'm excited about. Okay, so here's my purse. I am so happy to be going back into the classroom. I'm going to talk while I pack my bag, but I'm so excited to be going back into the classroom, well, for many reasons, but this is kind of a superficial reason. I love purses, and I love matching them to my outfit. And since the pandemic, whenever I go places, if I do get out of the house, I'm not taking things. The only time I was taking things was when I was working in the office, and I was taking a laptop. And now I have an iPad that I can carry. So I can carry my purses to class. I'll show you all when I get home, like more of what's in my bag, because I have to go. It's not that I'm late, it's just I remembered I really want to get there a couple minutes early to get a seat. I don't know why I was panicking, acting like I was running late, because it's 9:03 and my class starts at 9:25, which I do want to get in there a few minutes early, and it's not as much about getting in there a few minutes early as it is standing outside the door, just so I can pick my seat. I know it doesn't matter, but if there's ever a day you want to be early, it's the first day in the classroom. But yeah, so I have 25 minutes. So I guess I can talk to y'all for a minute. It's such a, it's a strange feeling going back. And I know so many people have already adapted to going back into the classroom. I was 100% online last semester. So this is my first time going back. And the last time I was in a classroom, I did not know it was going to be the last time. I actually remember my professor saying something. It was a Wednesday night class, and he said something about if we didn't have class, or if we had to go online or whatever, what we would do. And we all just kind of looked at him like he was crazy. And the next day I didn't have class, because the next day was a Thursday. I didn't have class on Thursdays that semester, and I got up, ran some errands, came home, took a nap, and woke up to the world had shut down. All the surrounding schools in our state had shut down. It was the week before spring break, and I remember sitting outside on my apartment patio with my neighbor Sarah, and we were just waiting for our school to shut down. And at that point, we shut down the whole semester. They didn't try and do the extended spring break or whatever. They were just don't come back this semester, we're online. So at that point, I went home to my mom's for 6 weeks. And I remember asking her, do you think it's going to be longer than spring break? And she said yes. I said, do you think it's going to be longer than a week or two? And she was like, yes. But I don't think we really predicted it would be this long. I don't know. I can't speak for my mother, but yeah. So I have 2 classes this morning. The first one is historical writing, and that's basically just talking about we're basically doing a huge capstone project, and then some smaller papers, and by smaller I mean regular 4 to 5 page papers. And then my second class is called The Great War. So it's an entire course focused on World War I and the time period from 1914 to 1918 and what led up to it, which is good because I feel like World War I is kind of brushed over a lot. We know a lot about World War II, but not really World War I. So that's been interesting. My professors for the 2 courses are very different. One is a seasoned vet. He's been doing this for a very long time. And the other one is very young, and he has this, call him by his first name. So I enjoy both professors. I've interacted with both of them because our school mandated that we were online completely the first week of the semester, just coming back from Christmas break. I just hope nobody watches me. One thing that I did not think about though is I normally would take a bottle of water to stay hydrated. I don't know. I'm already can tell right now, like I leaned down to get a sip, but I didn't even bring one because of my mask. And that's what I don't know. Am I allowed to have water? And like, you know, I would keep my mask on. Like, this is not a dig on mask. Please wear your mask. I'm a huge mask supporter, but am I like, can I just kind of like pull my mask forward and like stick my water bottle underneath and take a sip, or no? Like, what's allowed? And it's more so like what's socially acceptable, I guess. I just don't want anyone to be like, oh my gosh, there's a water bottle. The other thing is, like, sometimes I would take snacks. I'm definitely not gonna take a snack today. But like when I was packing my bag, I was like, oh, I guess I don't need a water. But I can already like feel the difference. I don't know why I'm saying that, because it's been 5 minutes. But I guess it's just habit, like while I sit here. It's 9:08 now. So what my plan is regarding notes, because I mentioned this some when I was packing my bag, but honestly I thought I was late, so I just kind of brushed over it. I'm using my iPad. I use Google Docs for all of my notes. I used to handwrite them and then type them up, and now I just type them and I handwrite what's important when I make a study guide. That seems to work better to remember what I need to know in a short-term period for a test, which is not ideal, but it's just what I do. So I type all my notes on Google Docs, and I got an iPad for Christmas birthday combo. I got the iPad for my birthday, but then I got like all the accessories for Christmas, like the pencil, the case, the screen protector, the keyboard, etc. So yeah, what I'm planning on doing is just taking my iPad, typing the notes with my little keyboard. I was gonna handwrite them, but with the pencil, but I don't know if there's a way to do that in Google Docs, and I wasn't really liking, like, I don't love my handwriting, and I really want to do Google Docs because it's so easy to share the document. I can't tell you how many times I've shared my notes with other people, and all you have to do is just add them. Oh, here comes somebody. Okay, it's 9:10, so I guess I'm gonna go inside. I probably have like a 5-minute walk, so then that puts me at being 10 minutes early. I guess I need to look and see what room number. I know what building, because it's always the same building. I've changed my major, but it's still kind of in the same school. I am a history major. If you did not know and were wondering, I study history and I'm minoring in English. My passion is for English, but history is where I wound up. So I have history courses, and then I have one literature course, but they all kind of overlap some. Oh, here comes someone else. Okay, I have my mask on. I'm just wearing like this solid black mask from Old Navy. Also, my hair, it's like not that awful today. I don't want to be dramatic, but I kind of hate my hair. With good reason, but like I'm doing what I can with it, and today it kind of worked with me, so thank you. Okay, I just got home. I think it's 12:58, so it's 1 p.m. I have a meeting at 1:40, and then I have my last lecture online at 4. Both of those are online. So I have essentially an hour and a half between the meeting and the lecture, and like 45 minutes. So a little over 2 hours of productivity. So I think what I'm gonna do, right now I have 45 minutes. I'm gonna change clothes, have lunch. I think I'm gonna have salad and some frozen pizza. Name a better combo, like a salad and frozen pizza. It's pretty good, pretty bomb. Yeah, so have lunch, change clothes. I'm comfortable in this because it's a sweatshirt, but at the same time, like, I was out around people, so I'm not planning on going anywhere else today. We'll see, but I don't think I'm gonna go anywhere. So I'll just go ahead and change into like different leggings and a t-shirt. And I'm gonna show y'all my letter desk. It's another room. I'll show you here in a second. I have letter-sized desk, and I organized all of my syllabi. I organized a calendar that's highlighted with all of my assignments, and then I also have a calendar with all of my reading assignments. I have 26 books total for the semester, like books, like regular books that I'm reading. So some of them I have, you know, like deadlines like the professors have given us, and some the professors just said read independently at your own pace, and then we'll have a test or an essay or an exam or whatever on this date, and you just need to have the book read and ready to go. So I've divided those out. I'll show it all to you in a second. I'm also going to show y'all what's in my purse, what I carry today. This will probably be close to what I carry whenever I go to class going forward. I'm only going to be going on, well, I say that, Tuesdays and Thursdays. The two classes that I went to, they're in person on Tuesday and Thursday. On Thursday, the first one is on Zoom, but the second one is in person, and they're literally in rooms right next to each other. So I will probably go up there and just sit in the room and Zoom in, just because I can't commute in like 8 minutes. And then the other time that I'm going to class or in person is Mondays at 2. It's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, but they said on Mondays at 2 we'll be in person because we're going to have like lecture on 2 and then, or discussion on, that was a mess. Mondays at 2, it's going to be more of a discussion-based session, and then Wednesdays and Fridays it'll be more lecture. So he said we can just Zoom in for that. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. So here's when I go to the class. I go at 2 on Mondays, and I go at 9:30, 9:20 on Tuesdays and Thursdays for 2 classes. So I have three days that I go. I do not go on Wednesday. I do not go on Friday. That's a lot. Okay, I'm hungry. You're probably tired of me chatting. You probably want to see how I organized all my papers. That's probably why you're even watching this. It's why I would watch it. I was just going to do a video just of the papers, but I was like, why not take them along? Because this is monumental. I'm going back to the class for the first time in nearly a year. 10 months. It's crazy. Okay, also I thought I would show y'all. Pandora's over here growling. Pandora! Are you begging? So I'm gonna give her a little treat. But I found these at Target, and obviously I love them because they're pink. They're in the Valentine's section, but they're perfect for Pandora because she doesn't need a large treat. Sometimes she gets 2, sometimes she gets 1, depends on how bad she's been. Not on how good she's been, because she's always been bad, it's how bad she's been. There's my dishwasher. But yeah, so here's a little treat for Pandora. Okay, so this is my purse. You saw me packing it this morning. I told both of some, but I do change my purse based on my outfit, so I thought I would just show you what I packed, because I packed this specifically to go to class. So first I have this little pen pouch from Erin Condren. I'm just going to scoop that over here. I just threw some pens in here and some highlighters. I normally would not need this many, but I had not made my to-do list for the day, and I wanted to color code my assignments, so I had those to color code my assignments. I did that between my 2 classes. I had a few minutes of downtime. I had these 2 pens, the Sharpie S-Gel pens. I love these. And then this is the micro pen. I got this from Cloth and Paper, but I think you can order this on Jet Pens as well, and it works on the transparent sticky notes. And then I am obsessed with using this in my planner. It's the Clean Color Dot, and I love the gray. I got this from Let's Make It Sparkle, but I think you can also get this at Let's Make It, or excuse me, at Jet Pens. Woo. Okay, and then next I have my planner, obviously. This is the main planner that I have been using. It is my half-letter desk, and I love how it fits perfectly in my purse. It's a good size. I have my iPad, and that's what I was talking about. I'm really excited is I'm not using a laptop in class. I still have my laptop, but I'm using that at home. So I have this case. It houses my pencil right here. And then I purchased an additional keyboard. I think I got this for about $30 on Amazon. And it's Bluetooth. You charge it, and I think it has like 100 hours of battery life. And then you just swipe it on and off. I do try to remember to turn it off so that the battery doesn't run down and it'll last longer. And what I do in class is to type my notes. I just prop my iPad up. I'm not sure if y'all can see this. And then I just have my little keyboard and I just type. So that's nice. I do have extra paper in my planner. It is not full-size paper, but if for some reason, you know, it dies or I need to write something down, then I have some paper. And then I just have one book for class that I need to take. My first one, the readings have been online so far, and this is the book we're reading in my second class, so I stuck that in there. All of my books are just like traditional books. They're not textbooks, so I can throw that in easily. And then the other thing that I have that I always throw in my purses is this little pouch. Okay, so this pouch I found at Target. I found it in the tech section, and I use this so that I can change purses. It's all in my purse stuff. It has my wallet, my keys, hand sanitizer, an extra mask, my AirPods, chapstick, lipstick, all those things. So I'm not going to pull that apart, but that's what houses this, and it's real nice. It has little pockets on the inside, and I can just throw it in a purse, or if I just like run an errand, like if I go drive through to get food, then I'll just take this with me, and it has my car keys and my wallet. And that is everything that I had in my bag. Now I'm going to show you all what I used to set up these letter size discs. I'm so used to saying half letter size discs. Okay, so I got this at Office Depot. It's just a notebook. I did pull a lot of the notebook paper out, but I did leave some of it in. And then these discs, it came with really tiny discs. This is tulle, by the way. Tulle, the cover's tulle, and then the discs are tulle, but I got those at Office Depot separately. They're also tulle. They are plastic. I do recommend something like Levenger. I've talked about this several times, but on my half letter disc, I have a Levenger disc my friend Nina sent me, and those are metal, and the papers turn so much more smoothly. But I do enjoy, like, I'm not flipping through this multiple times throughout the day. I usually reference it just once or twice, if that. But it has a few things that are important, and this is just a regular size letter paper, so it's just regular printer paper. And then I have the Happy Planner punch, and I can just punch anything and put it in here. So right here I just have a little code to remember my color coding, because I don't quite have that memorized yet since I just began the semester. This is from Happy Planner, and it's just a folder. Right now I don't really have anything in it, but I can throw something in easily. And then I have my calendar. So up front there are 3 tabs, and then back here there's a tab for every class. So my calendar, I used Google Calendar. I added in all of my assignments. Some of them are a bit repetitive, like I have a reading response for the same class, do every Wednesday and every Monday at the same time. And then I just added all of those in. There were 3 assignments that I know I'm gonna have that I do not have due dates for yet. I was kind of taken aback by the fact that my professors didn't have a due date for everything. No big deal. I understand that not everybody is as dependent on dates like I am. So I just used this little sticky note to mark this. And then I went through with mild liners and highlighted them so that way they could be the exact shade that I wanted. I just printed this in black and white. As you can see, this is February, so we start to get a little busier. These are the 3 assignments. I just put them on a sticky note so I can keep them in mind, and I'll move that from month to month until they're all done. Truthfully, they'll all probably be due at the very end of the semester, but I just wanted to keep that in mind. This is March. I have spring break. And then we have April, which April gets kind of consistent. There's something due every day. Now, when you print from Google Calendar, you can opt to not print the weekends. And since obviously I don't have any assignments due on Saturday and Sunday, I did that so that this would be a little bigger. So that's why it looks this way. The only thing is it does not have like the name of the month. Obviously I know there's May and we end the semester, which is basically just finals and presentations. And then we get over here to my next document, and I have this tabbed off with a little sticky note as well. And this is all of my reading assignments. Now I've mentioned some that I have 26 books that I'm reading. Obviously I'm not going to read cover to cover 26 books, but I'm going to have a lot of reading. And I actually need to update a couple of these down here. But what I did is I went in because I didn't want to clog up this with reading assignments. This is just when something is due that I have to turn in that will be graded. I think there's 1 or 2 things where it's a reminder like no class on this day, but for the most part that's assignments. This is reading that I do on my own to prepare for these assignments or for class discussion. I'm sorry, you can't even see. This is my reading. So I just did this in a Microsoft Word document. I added the title, and then I went in and added every week from the first week until the last week. And then I went through with each syllabus, and I added in the name of the course, the day that the reading is due, the author or the name of the book, depending on which one, and then the page numbers. And then some things like this, it says that's on Blackboard. So that's different instead of having page numbers. And I just went through and did that for all of them. Now, some of my courses are not having us read throughout the class period. They just have us read at our own pace independently, and then we just have to be prepared to take an exam or write an essay over a book that we did not read with the class, if that makes sense. So what I did for that is I divided the page, I added up what the page numbers were and divided them out and made sure that every reading was done in time to either write an essay or study for an exam between finishing that reading. And then I put that within each week. Now, I tried to put them kind of in chronological order. So we start with the first, and then we get to the second and the fourth, the third, the fourth. It just kind of depends. Some classes, they would just give you the reading for the week. So like the second and the fourth, the first and the third, that's everything we're doing for the full week. So I just tried to put that with the first. Does that make sense? I don't know. But then at the end, like over here, from here down, none of this is required by the professor to read that week. We're not discussing it in class. But in order to stay on track, I need to read that individually at my own pace that week. Yeah, so there's that. The next one is just some notes paper, and this is what came in the notebook itself. And that's what I love about the disc, is you can pop things in and out, and it usually stays pretty good. Okay, and then I have these clear dividers that have little pocket pouches, so I can add papers in for a specific class if I get one and don't have a chance to punch it. And I have a divider for each of my classes. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and then 1, 2, and 3. And I've just used these same stickers, except for I just trimmed them down so they really actually aren't like that secure. And I wrote the name of the course right here. And then behind each divider is my syllabi. I don't want to like give away any personal information because there's phone numbers and names and that sort of thing that's not mine to give out. I think I can, yeah, I covered this up. So you can just see, I can flip to this course and see the syllabus. And then so far I don't really have any other documents that I've had to print off, but if there are other documents, I'm sure I will get some directions for papers, study guides, that sort of thing. They will go in here. Now, I like this so much better than a binder system. Traditionally, I've done just like a binder before, and the problem with that is it's bulky. And this is like a notebook, but you can move it around like a binder. So I really do love the disc. Okay, y'all, that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm exhausted. I'm due for a nap. But I'm about to cook dinner and then work on my readings for a couple hours and just kind of chill, have an easy night. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, whether you're in school or not. Maybe it was interesting or useful for you to see what I'm packing in my purse to go to class, and how I organize all of my school documents, my syllabi, my school readings, that sort of thing. And my thoughts on going back into the classroom. Thanks for joining me on such an exciting day in my life. I mean, I know it's not like a huge deal, but for me to go back into the classroom, there's been so many times where I've had to leave the classroom for extended periods because of my health before the pandemic was even a thing. So it's always sad to leave the classroom for what feels like long term. But it's nice to be back, even if it's just a couple days a week for a couple hours. It's almost some sense of normalcy that I really needed. My mental health needed it, at least. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want more content, I would love it if you would subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm sure Pandora would as well. We would love that. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and check out my next video. I post content every Monday and Thursday. Bye, y'all.